that money, a tithe, and then the offerings that we contribute every Sunday. But I want to get back to, I think, year 306 up to 337 AD, when the Emperor Constantine, was a pagan. And during that time, there were taxes that were imposed on churches. But when he converted into Christianity, he abolished all those taxes. And that's why you see, you don't get any form of taxes in Rome, even other countries that were governed by the Roman Empire. The same thing applies to the United States. When you look at the United States, there is nothing like tax in churches. Complete not there. Even our neighbors, Kenya, I want you to go through them. Just like Reverend talked about, a church is an independent entity, is an NGO. But if there is an arm that makes money, that one we all agree that we pay money, we pay tax. And we have been doing that as a church. Now for you to come in and tax this a tithe, I first want to bring my experience. Some of these people here who come up with these policies are people who don't go to church. These are people who stay in Kampala from morning up to sunset. They don't go to church. They don't even experience what happens in those churches. But I want to give my view because I move and I pray in different churches. Last month, I think I visited different churches. I visited the Catholics in Caselo. I went to PAG, I went to Heritage, Church of Uganda, and I prayed up to the end of the sermon. And I was trying to study and do my research how things are done in these churches, especially in regards to this contentious matter that will bring about the taxes, the tithes, and so on. In one church, and that is in Opala Catholic. When I prayed in that church, the total collections that were made in the church that day was only 15,000 shillings. And they announced. And that's a form of accountability.
And transparency.
And transparency. And that's the time when Father Paul had passed on. What is Father Paul? The one who buried Madera.
Is it Father Alex?
Father Alex. And I had also brought a bucket to support the funeral. And each church was requested to contribute only 30,000. But I was shocked when the basket moved. The total collection that was made in that church, Catholic church, and that is the Opala Catholic Church, was only 3,000 shillings. And now, their catechist was now almost at the end of the sermon. He said, now there is a balance of 27. And he ordered some of the Christians that after prayers, we need to move around home to collect the 27 now from people. So that's the level of poverty that our people are in. Even as government asking us to make a contribution. But I was ashamed. I told the catechist that, no, let me cover up the 27. I want to rescue the other Christians that are not here, and let me contribute on their behalf. The same thing applies to St. Peter's. I prayed in St. Peter's several times. And I want to thank the church because offerings were these children's collections and all this. So I don't know which kind of accountability that government wants.
And at the end of the quarter, we do parish accountability.
Parish accountability. Yes. So I don't know which kind of accountability.
How much came and how much was utilized on this and how much was submitted to the diocese.
Yeah. But I've also made observation that these collections have kept on dwindling. It's not like those days you do get a big amount, but every Sunday you see the amount keeps on dropping down, keeps on dropping. And you are giving your mother 100,000. Your mother should begin remitting tax on the 100,000 that you are giving her. Is it possible? It is not possible. That is double taxation. And I want the church to move slow on this. I know most of these people who are driving these things are heathens. They have a hidden agenda, probably to destroy our country, the Christian values that were put. So that now people fear to go to church, and then now these issues of homosexuality will come in, because now when people don't go to church, of course the devil comes and occupies their minds. So I want government to move slow on this move.